Back it up. Alrighty, sounds good. Welcome, court. This is our 5 o'clock February 12th work session. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty, it's now my pleasure to invite Reverend Ron Moore Jr. up, and I just want to say thank you for being with us.
Thank you guys for having me. Let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we just thank you for being a faithful God over our governments, over our households, and over our children. And Lord, above all, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who was the ultimate sacrifice of love for all of us who dearly needed him. And now, Lord, as we gather here today, Lord God, we don't want to do anything without you. We thank you for this city of Frankfort, that, Father, is a city that is set for revival, that we want to see your will done. We want to see you praised. We want to see you glorified. And Father, today as we be about the city's business, I ask for your wisdom and your guidance and your love to be in us and among us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Appreciate you being with us.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, public comments. Do we have any public comments tonight? Alrighty, come on forward. Please state your name. Even though we know who you are, go ahead. For everybody in TV land.
Oh, Lord. Marshall Jenkins, Director of Capital City Activity Center, Meals on Wheels, Greater Frankfort. If you all don't know, that is your senior center for Frankfort and Franklin County. I am just here tonight to say thank you. I know sometimes you don't hear that a lot, but we just went through a really bad winter storm, and it wreaked havoc for our seniors. And I'm just here to say thank you to the partners. Thank you especially to the jail and to Tracy, Jailer Hopper, for the continued support of the senior center. They did an absolute phenomenal job on keeping our lot cleaned. We had 0 falls, so that's a good thing. And to all the volunteers and one staff from the sheriff's office that came out and cleaned 29 driveways and sidewalks for seniors.
Wow.
That was awesome. We had people from Wanda Joyce. We had Kelly and her team from Thornhill, and just volunteers, families. We did have a land management company that I will be calling on in the future that pretty much donated their time. I think he was associated with the church, so that's going to be a great resource going forward. They were tremendous to work with. I want to say thank you to all that have responded to the invitation for March for Meals. I know many of you have done that many years, and that is just a great time that you can come out and help deliver meals or serve meals in the dining room. It gets you connected with the senior population. They love seeing you guys, and thank you for reaching out and accepting the invitation, as March is Senior Nutrition Month, so it's really important. And other than that, thank you. We did call about 1,800 seniors during the storm, so I want you to know we did reach out and check on our folks, and we did not really, a few needed some food boxes, but as far as emergencies, needing to send an ambulance out or something like that, we didn't have anybody. So, awesome. Great job. Thank you for the support.
Marshall, I know it's public comment, but I'm going to go ahead and say, and I usually don't speak for the whole court, but we want to say thank you to you. and your staff and all the volunteers, because you all do an amazing job. And I always talk about when I go to our monthly meetings in Lexington, Bluegrass Ad, that's, 17 counties, I think?
Yep.
We're at the top of the list. I mean, Lexington, Louisville, with meals served and all the things you do right here in Franklin County. Even though our population's a fraction, it's amazing that typically we're doing more than the big ones. So,
We are number one on
Yep.
serving meals,
Yep.
more than Lexington.
And no
So
wait list, and you take that stuff personally.
we're not going to have a wait list.
I know that. I know, we've talked about that, so.
There will be
Yeah.
no wait list. I'm just saying, we will feed.
Yep.
And thank you. You know, it is a village, and I'm surrounded by wonderful staff and volunteers and support from the city and county. I mean, you all, we couldn't do what we do without your all support, so thank you. And on behalf of seniors, they say thank you.
Thank you. Squire Tanner, please.
I'd take a second to commend you. You all had the forethought to call 1,800 people to check on them. I wonder if our church called that many.
I'm not going down that road.
No comment.
That's a valid question,
but-
Squire,
but
but
I didn't
We're
say
going.
they didn't. I said I wondered if they did.
We have an emergency plan, and that is something, every staff has an emergency binder, and they're given so many names, and we call all those names. So,
Fantastic.
Yep.
it's important.
thank you very much,
Thank you.
Marcia. Okay. Any other public comments? All right.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I showed up with thank you as well, but it's tough to follow with the idea of there isn't going to be no wait list. So I'm one of the Big Eddy residents today.
That's right.
One of the wheels are turning concerning the appraiser services for ER Assist. Just wanted to say thank you to Autumn with Planning and Zoning, just being very communicative. Logan with NRCS and ER Assist were touching base as well. So thank you for this. There was a big meeting that I think happened like 6 or 8 months ago just to get the wheels turning. So things are there and things are underway. Not at the year mark yet, so we're getting close. Thank you very much.
I know Erin's here tonight with ER Assist, and her team's been doing a great job. I know there was a little bit of setbacks with the government shutting down. We'd hoped it would have been a little farther, but I think they're moving the puck as far as they can, so as fast as they can.
Yep,
So,
thank you very
good
much.
deal. Thank you for coming and saying those words. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, any other public comments? Alrighty, seeing none. Next on the agenda is Charlie Kendall with Opioid Task Force. He is asked to come next week. He's gonna bring Gene Dunthery with him. He couldn't be here tonight, so we're gonna look forward to seeing Charlie and Gene next week. Next is our road department update. One and only Mr. Mike Dees.
Yes, sir.
Probably the man of the meeting right there, you and your team, but go ahead.
Well, as y'all know, we've had a pretty big snowstorm this time that has hung around for a while. Seems like everything did pretty good, and the last time I was there, I told the court I thought we had around 1,000 tons of salt. I think I'd misfigured a little bit. I think we're batting around 800 or 900 something now, so we're still in pretty good shape on salt.
How are all the guys doing? I know that's
Holding
a
up
tough
good.
couple weeks.
They've been busy getting a lot of trucks repaired from what we've been through, and then just your normal maintenance there. We got snow off the road, doing some pothole patching, mailbox replacing.
How did they do? I know you and I had talked, obviously all the time, but we thought we were getting tighter on salt than we did. How did you guys handle that? They do okay?
They did an excellent job. They've conserved it way better than I thought we'd be able to. So it's just one of those things, hats off to them. They did a lot more pushing and driving than they did salting, and salted when it needed, and we got everything cleaned up.
I know we reached out to a couple of counties because we thought it was going to be tight, but everybody was out, and Mike and his Justin, they did some research, and the whole state was out. They were sending trucks to Oklahoma, so we were very thankful that.
And it was very pricey.
Oh, extremely pricey, yeah. So thank goodness. Squire Blackburn.
I just wanted to ask, was there any difficulties you had or things that you would tell the public they could do to, if we had an event, predicted like that again, what they could do to make it easier for you guys and more efficient and safer?
I'll be honest with you, I've did this for a long time. They stayed off the roads, which is something that people
They
never
weren't parking
do.
on the streets in a lot of places.
Not as bad,
Yeah.
but
That's a key thing. We
them
have
staying off the roads helped us a bunch. And a lot of people did use their driveways. That helped a bunch.
All right, anything else for Mike? Squire Dykes?
I heard it was better than Fayette County.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Yeah,
Thank you all very much.
yeah. Mike, thank you very much. I know you all worked a lot of long hours, a lot of late nights, and like I said, I don't think we could be any prouder. I've got more personal phone calls and texts and emails about our roads here in Franklin County, even compared to, the counties next to us. And it's not talking bad about anybody, but you all handled it. You were prepared for it. The mechanics had everything running for it. That goes a long ways, and I know our constituents are all extremely happy about the service that you all have provided, so thank you.
Well, we appreciate the continued support from all you guys.
Absolutely, thank you. Alrighty, next is judge's report. I believe Andrew has a couple pictures, so Deputy Kennedy and I went with a group of people to Opelika, Auburn. We spent a couple days there meeting with present mayors, retired mayors, people of the court. They just really, and Chamber, yes, Chamber was very instrumental. But they just open armed. They really were an open book. And I know that was part of one of the places that Jay Gardner, when he did that study, looked at because of population, similar size, scale. I think that says right there, why we ended up there. They have sports tourism. They're about 20 years ahead of us, I'd say, to be quite honest. But it's a neat town. It's booming. They have very successful, university there, and really hands-on with, a lot of their. They do a really good job. They have a university there that just preps people for industrial work and things like that. They're very honed in. A lot of communication between their industrial and just their employers down there and what they need, and they help fund the school. That's a great facility there. They have an indoor aquatic center there, and then they just built an outdoor one, which obviously the weather's a lot nicer there, so they can do that. Huge pickleball thing, that's covered. But we got all that information on how that runs. Just a great group of people. Super educational trip that we enjoyed, and we have a whole slideshow I'm going to share with you all that Penny and her team's put together.
That's my nephew.
Just want to share that with everybody.
He's in.
Next was the extension board. I know we went back and forth. By statute, new members have to be sworn in, and for some reason, every year, their board ends on December 31st, and so by statute, I have to run the first meeting because of the snow and everything else. Our county attorney didn't think we could swear people in via Zoom, so we did some house calls for Rebecca Quarles and Arba Kenner and got them sworn in, and then we had a meeting. So it all went well. Very proud of what the Extension Office does for our community. And then next, is Sheriff here? Sheriff, I'm gonna have you come up real quick. I wasn't able to be at the Making a Change graduation.
Yes.
I know there's very little pictures because there's kids, but I know you were there, and if you could just say a few words about it, I would appreciate it.
Yes, so on February 2nd, the OMAC, Operation Making a Change, celebrated their third graduation that they had here in Franklin County, coordinated by our outreach coordinator, Ashley King, myself, along with our Chief Deputy, Daniel Wills, and Ashley attended that graduation. And I tell you, Ashley is doing a phenomenal job, making a lot of great things happen. This was the largest graduation to date. They had 11 of our young folk in our community that graduated from the program. And we just wanted to maybe just come and just kind of let you guys know that the program is working. If you see those kids from day one to the very last day at graduation, and you see their confidence pick up, you see them being more positive, you see them doing some things that hopefully will lead them down the path to making good decisions in life and kind of changing some of the outcomes that they might be headed for. There's one thing that Ashley had said that I want to say this out loud in front of everybody. Ashley, according to her, it's programs like OMAC, and they're very important. They are essential. If we want safer communities, we must invest in our youth before they become statistics. This is the heart behind this meaningful partnership and the work we are proud to continue. So the partnership is with the Wanda Joyce Robertson Foundation, OMAC, Operation Making a Change, the county, and the court system are really doing a good job trying to help these young folks get invested in the community, make some better decisions, and the sheriff's office is just proud to be a small part of what they're doing.
Good deal. Sheriff, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Alrighty, we're gonna keep moving now. Approval of minutes from a regular meeting, January 20th, 2026. Any questions, concerns, comments on those? Squire Sebastian?
There are a couple of just changes that need to be addressed in it, and Kim probably made those changes.
Yes, I did.
There were some board appointments, their names just kind of got a little jumbled here. at the
Okay,
end.
okay.
And it's probably, you know how the keyboard will type, it's intuitive and it tries to type in words
Yeah.
that sometimes don't belong there.
Okay. So is
So-
it anything we need to discuss, or it's just pretty much grammatical?
No, it's just cleaning up
Okay, all right.
names.
Is court okay with
That's all
that?
it is.
Okay. Thank you, Squire, and thank you, Kim. Alrighty, next is the memorandum of understanding between Thornhill Education Center and Franklin County Regional Jail to provide adult education services. I believe Jailer Hopper is with us. Good evening, Jailer.
Good evening.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for being with us. That was a long breath.
Yeah, this has already been presented to the county attorney. He made his adjustments to this. No money involved here. It's just us stating what we will provide to Thornhill. And if you guys don't know this and haven't heard it, I sent it to Jack. The Franklin County Jail and Thornhill have in 2025 the highest rate of GEDs in the whole entire state of Kentucky, every jail and prison for 2025.
It's a big accomplishment, y'all. Everybody should be proud of that. Alrighty, does the court have any questions on this MOU? Squire Sebastian?
I just have a quick one. It looks like this goes back to July 1 of '25, so we're like, that's like 7 months ago. So was there something in place before that?
There was,
So I'm
there
just-
was, and this was just refreshed and, you know, there was nothing prior to this, that was different. I don't know, you know, why it wasn't, I don't have an answer why that date is on there, July the 1st, 2025.
So
Do we want to change that?
I'm just wondering
Yeah.
if we need to.
I was gonna ask our county attorney that question. Yes, that's a great question. It's under period of performance, the MOU shall
It's
be in
under number
effect for the
3.
period.
Another part. I think it's fine the way it is. I think there was an agreement in place. I don't know if it was written in nature. I think this is something that Thornhill needs in order to be able to continue to perform the services from what I understand, in
Yes,
order to get some of the funding that they get. And
yes.
So maybe if there was a lag time in there, I just know that there was an agreement between the county and Thornhill during that period of time, and this would just memorialize what the agreement was that was in place during that period of time, and we'll go forward from there.
So you say it's okay?
Yes.
Just being 100% sure?
All right, any other questions, concerns, comments for Jailer Hopper on this item? All right, Jailer, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for what all you do and your team.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
All righty. Next, I believe Aaron is with us to do the next couple items. I'm just gonna let you go with them.
Hi, hello everyone. So first item I have, this is for the Franklin County buyout program. And so first I just want to mention to everybody that we did get through the title services section of it. McNamara and Jones was responsible for looking back 60 years of title searches, and they did that work for us in really very quickly. So very happy with that, and the results were great. We don't have any issues with any of the 20 properties that have been approved in the first round. So That's good news. And for this item, this is our next step, and this is the environmental review. So it's all part of the process. There's no extra money being asked for here. This is just approval of the lowest bidder, which was Metric Environmental LLC. And they were the lowest cost that we received. We've worked with them in the past, ERSYST has, and they are a professional, reputable company, so I do recommend moving forward with them.
All righty. What questions, concerns, comments do we have for Aaron on this? Aaron, just out of curiosity, how many bidders turned bids in on this?
Three. We had 3 bids on this
Okay.
one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
All righty. Anything on, Squire Wisman?
Just, Aaron, if you could just maybe speak to the second round a little bit. I'm still getting questions, when we can expect, if you have any updates at all.
I unfortunately don't have an update to provide at this time. We have not received approval yet, say that.
Is that common across the states? Are we in line with everything?
We are in line with everybody
And
else.
generally, it's federal government we're waiting on here to,
It is the federal government we're waiting on, correct.
thanks.
All righty. Next one?
Okay, next one here, same but different. This one is for the appraisal services. This is a little bit different because we only received 1 bid back. It's from Studler and Associates. The price is in line with what we anticipated. So pricing is okay. There is an issue that we did not receive registration and active good standing with sam.gov. So there is a stipulation that that be received within 15 days. But other than that, everything else was appropriate. Again, no additional money is being asked here. And this would be for the first round and the second round, so that we would extend that to the second round participants once that is approved.
All righty. What questions do we have for Aaron on this one? Squire Wisman, I think was first.
Aaron, if you could speak a little bit more to that sam.gov, was that from the date of submission that they were to provide that within 15 days?
Approval of
or
court, approval
from
of
the
court.
So they still have time
Yeah.
to do that, 'cause that is taking some time lately to get through sam.gov. So I'm wondering what the recourse is if they do not meet that stipulation. We'll have to go back out to bid, and will that delay the project?
We don't want to put it back out to bid because that will delay. Do you know how long it is taking folks to get that?
I had one recently that took over a week.
Over a
to-
week?
Yeah, for it to be reviewed and approved, but
Okay,
just, I've heard there's a bit of a backlog, so it makes me concerned.
Okay.
There's no other, have you had communications with the consultant that they can get that done, or they're in process of submitting, or?
he was
anything?
aware that it was a requirement, but he didn't provide, and he may have already done it, but he hasn't provided the documentation showing that it's been done. So I think if we start that 15 days today with approval of the court moving forward with this, I
We'll just hope it
think
gets
that,
Okay.
if you're saying it takes a week, I mean, we can extend that. I just don't want to push it out too far because we really do want everything to continue to move forward with these buyouts. So
Well, I guess that was my question. Is that a mandate from the federal government, that 15 days
No.
within our award, or is that
That's-
just your all's?
that's
So we
that's
can-
just us moving things
Okay.
along, yeah. So would you, if you
I
want to
personally
suggest a
think
different,
I think we'd leave it, and if he needs more time, in theory, he would ask you, right?
yeah, absolutely,
And so,
yeah,
I mean, I would be fine if that were to happen, if the court agrees to that.
yeah. I just don't, yeah, I want there to be a deadline so that we know that we're working towards
keep it
a
moving.
date, right? Yeah, are you
I just
okay
didn't know
with
if that
that?
was something we imposed, or if it was something we had to meet and may
No,
pause
it's,
the process, so, okay.
that's on
I'm
me.
fine.
All right, Squire Sebastian.
So I just want to circle back on that, because my question was, is what happens if they don't make the 15 days? So are we going to just go ahead, even though this agreement calls for it to be 15 days, will we give them an extension? I mean, can that be included as part of our motion tonight? Since that's written as a stipulation in here, we want to give ourselves the appropriate leeway. So
Sure,
that's all I wanted to
So
bring up.
do we
was
want to
just-
give ER-Assist the ability to extend it if it's requested? Max, is that okay?
Can we do it that way?
Or to me,
I just want to make
Might
sure
be
we
better
do.
if I had the authority to, not, that'd be the better one, then. Is court okay with that?
With it being their policy, I don't see why that's not right.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the only thing is we'd be out of compliance with our own agreement if we don't do that. So if we can agree as a body to allow the judge, if Aaron comes back and says to the judge's office, they haven't made it, but they've been in consultation, the mail is slow, we're waiting on it, they've been given the green light, but they just don't have the certificate.
I'd say provided that they have at least applied within that 15 days, then
I was gonna say that, why don't we make it just submitted, and then if it takes the federal government 2 weeks to approve it, at least they've done their due diligence within the time period you've specified.
And I think that gives Aaron the ability to work appropriately and us keep this in the pipeline moving forward, because that's what we're all trying to do.
I was just gonna add, at the end of, within 15 days, or the county judge has the authority to extend if necessary, or if requested. Is that okay with everybody? Max, will that do? You all good with that? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions for Aaron on that one? Alrighty.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, next is, talking Farmdale Sanitation. So is that Belinda? There she is. Hey, Belinda.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Thanks for being here tonight. What do you have for us?
This is, well, I have two. The first, this is an agreement with the Bluegrass Area Development District to act as a consultant for the administration of a $1,250,000 community development block grant for the Farmdale Interceptor Sewer Project. On December 16th of 2022, Fiscal Court approved a resolution that supported entering into agreement with the Farmdale Sanitation District and Bluegrass Ad for the administration of grants with the Farmdale Sanitation District as a subrecipient such as this grant. The administrative fees for Bluegrass Ad for this work are capped at $50,000 and will come from grant funds. County attorney has reviewed this, and Logan Hart is here, that he's the Director of Community and Economic Development with the Bluegrass Ad, if you have any questions about this.
Logan, thanks for being with us tonight. Anything you want to add before I open it up for questions?
No, not really, other than just that we're not asking for any additional money. This is all money that was already included in the budgets for both of these grants. The fiscal court will not have to front any of the bills for this. The way this process works is whenever we receive a construction pay application on the project, we will include an administration invoice that is equivalent in percentage to the pay application, and the funds for both the administration and construction will be drawn down at the exact same time. And the county will not have to pay those invoices until that money is in the bank.
And again, I think we've talked about this before, so this is something that was 2022, just for some reason the paperwork never came to us.
Yeah, so my understanding, having gone back through the files, Grayson Evans and Karen Leverins, my predecessors, they were working on this right before they left, and then
Okay.
when they left, they fell through the cracks. But we've been doing the work, it's just we didn't get it.
You just need to make sure you get paid.
Exactly, yeah.
Understandable. All right, what questions do we have for Logan on this agenda item? Squire Blackburn.
Yeah, it says on here, the administrative fees are a percentage not to exceed 50,000. What is the percentage?
Well, when I say percentage, I mean percentage of each pay application. So say you
So
receive.
what percentage of each pay application?
So it depends on what the pay application is. It's the same. So if we have a fee of $50,000, and I'm just going to throw out a random number, if we get a construction pay application that's 50% of the total grant dollars, our CDBG fee is
So-
going to be 50% of the admin fee.
So you're saying it's going to be 50,000 period?
It's a lump
And you-
sum contract, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's capped.
It's capped. I mean, it
It's
is,
Capped at that,
Yeah.
can
50 is
It
as
is
high as
a-
they can go.
it is a
Well,
lump
it's not
sum.
going to be lower than 50 is what I'm saying.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
It's just each draw will be below 50. It won't be higher, it won't be lower. That's a standard.
Floor and ceiling's the same line.
No, I understand. It's just, it's a very wordy way of saying, we're going to charge you 50,000. We're going to take a percentage of that every time you make a draw, and it can't go any more than that.
Sorry, that's a template resolution or
I
a
got you.
contract that I've
I
been
got you.
given.
Thank you.
Squire Tanner, is that hand up?
No, no.
Oh, okay. All right, anybody else for Logan on this agenda item? All righty, thank you very much. And then I believe Belinda has another one for us, or a couple.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
this
busy
next one is a similar agreement, again with Bluegrass Ad, for professional services for the administration of $4,250,000. It's in EPA funds for the Farmdale project again. And at a $50,000 fee, no more, no less. Capped, yep.
Percentage,
And it'll work the same way.
gotcha.
And again, this is something that dates back to 22. We're just finally doing the paperwork. Yep. All right, any questions, concern, comments for Belinda or Logan on this agenda item? All righty, Logan, thanks, bud. Appreciate you. All righty, next I believe Belinda's up again.
I am.
What about that? You got
Thanks,
Chief
Logan.
with you tonight. Thanks,
I do.
Logan. Have a
See
good
ya.
night.
Thank you.
Yep.
So, as you all recall, Fiscal Court was awarded $167,636.36 in assistance to firefighter grant funds in 2024. And in 2025, Fiscal Court used $155,468.18 of those federal funds to purchase self-contained breathing apparatuses, cylinders and valve assemblies, and face pieces for the fire department. This left us a balance of $12,168.18 in federal funds. Per FEMA, we are not eligible to purchase additional SCBA equipment because they believe we should have sufficient equipment in place with the recent purchase where we used that $155,000. However, we are eligible to apply to use the remaining funds for a new project as long as the project qualifies as high priority. And that would include a gear washer, extractor, and dryer. Currently, the fire department relies on an aging washer, extractor, and dryer. The equipment is nearing the end of its 20-year service life, and there is concern that it is not fully effective in removing embedded contaminants. A new washer, extractor, and dryer would serve as the primary decontamination hub for all units returning from fire and rescue scenes, ensuring that gear is cleaned thoroughly and in compliance with the National Fire Protection Association standards. The estimated cost of the new washer, extractor, and dryer is $18,675.40. So we don't have quite that much left in federal funds. It would require Fiscal Court to contribute approximately $6,507.22, of course, depending on how our bids came in order to purchase the equipment. Fiscal Court contribution is not currently in the budget and would have to be amended in. And so that's what we're here tonight to ask for your permission to apply to be able to use the additional funds.
Chief, you want to say anything?
I believe Belinda pretty much covered everything, so our, Squire Herrick could probably recall when we got the current extractor we have, it's
been 20 years ago.
it's right at the 20-year mark.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly when it come in, but it wasn't long after.
Well, I
after we
started in '02 and it came in after '02, so.
I think, I started in '05, I think it was not long, maybe a year, maybe two, possibly, when all of it come in, so.
Didn't we try to apply for a grant not too long ago?
This is
To do just this?
I think we've done twice.
Yeah, Tammy did it once when she was here, and then we did it again with the firehouse subs, but, that's a nationwide application, and we were not selected.
And it's a big deal when that gear gets nasty.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know the other one, like a fire truck, we replace it, we've got that on standby. Are you gonna have that in a different location or have them all the same place?
So the new one will go to the Station 10, the new building. It's more centrally located. Guys
Right.
come there after fires to get all their stuff back in order a lot of times anyways, exchange equipment.
You're gonna
So-
try to keep the old ones running as long as you can?
We'll still have it on standby, but it's,
It's time.
it's probably not far away from a repair that's not gonna be worth making their replacement. But so this will pretty much serve as a replacement for that unit.
Squire Whisper.
Belinda, I'm assuming, but will you just verify if we don't use this extra or remaining funding, $12,168 in this capacity, we lose it? So we're
Correct.
$6,000 to get an extra 12 free, so, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
30% match.
All righty. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Amy with us? Start talking some financials. Jack, want to see?
The next item's at
Is that
the
next
audit,
item?
Farmdale audit. That's not Amy.
The audit? Is anybody here for the Farmdale sanitation audit? No? All righty, well, Does anybody have any questions on the audit? Look like it came.
Well,
Sure. Go ahead, Squire.
thank you, Judge.
Yep.
I just want to call everybody's attention to the end of the report. I'm trying to get there to the page number where it talks about the repeated findings of the material weaknesses. And Farmdale has acknowledged, and I'm on page 29 of 31, Farmdale has acknowledged that these material weaknesses will go on. The issue is Farmdale Sanitation has no staff. So they do not have staff that put together financial reports. They rely on the auditing firm that they utilize to put together documents. So the auditing firm is putting together documents as well as auditing. So, and that's always noted, it's always put out front, but there's just no staff that works for the sanitation district to do that. And so they've acknowledged that to the auditor, that that is going to be an ongoing finding because they don't have the staff. So just
Yep.
cutting through all the 31 pages for everybody.
The cliff notes. We like the cliff notes. All righty. Squire Sebastian, thank you for that. All right, we'll accept that. And next, I believe Autumn is with us tonight. How are you doing?
This is a second reading for approval of an ordinance to amend the Franklin County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 155, Sections 155.071, Zoning Map Atlas and Amendments, and Section 155.072, Zoning Map Amendments Commission Recommendation, to allow for the alternate zone change process provided in KRS 100.2111. We do have a couple of minor edits from last time based on our discussion at the first reading. Those are highlighted in blue on your draft documentation here, clarifying that the Planning Department will forward a summary of the Planning Commission's action to the Fiscal Court after the Planning Commission takes that action. Clarifying that an aggrieved person filing a written request that the Fiscal Court hear the case or take it in the traditional method, that they will indicate the reason that they are aggrieved. And clarifying that the Fiscal Court, including any individual member of the court, can file a notice with the Planning Commission to have the process done in the standard method. Happy to take any questions.
All right, Autumn, thank you. Squire Tanner.
I got one, yes, we talked about most of these changes, but I have a question about the one where the planning department shall forward a summary of the planning commission's action to the court. That doesn't say anything about a time certain. So should that be within 5 days, 2 days, 1 day, a week? It could be 22 days.
I think that's up to you all.
What do you think would be reasonable?
The Planning Commission typically meets on Thursday evenings, so I think it would probably, we can most likely get it done on Friday, but probably allow a little wiggle room to have.
Three business days?
I think 3 business days would be reasonable.
Go ahead, Squire Sebastian.
Do we have to wait for actual minutes from the Planning Commission then?
We had a discussion about this last time, and
I just want to bring that back up
yes.
because there's usually a long lag time there.
right, what we landed on last time was that that would begin with the Planning Commission's action, which takes place at their meeting, and not with the recorded minutes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we all know, because
Yes.
I'm looking at 155.072, item C, I believe. And so will you explain the difference in how item C would work and how things work now? Because I just want to make sure I'm not reading something into this.
Sure.
I'm afraid I am.
Right. So now, how we typically handle it, and it's not really specified here, is that we wait until we have the meeting minutes from the Planning Commission before we bring something to you for our first reading, so that you have that complete record of all of the conversation that was had, and it's been signed off by the Planning Commission. There's nothing that says that we have to do that. That's just been our practice historically. So this would be a change from that, in that we would send you a summary the day after the meeting occurred. We can include a link to the video, and we'll include a summary of what that action was. And then you all will have the ability to either decide to hear it in the old way or to let it continue on unless there's an aggrieved party who files a request.
So everybody understands that. Is that how it is happening across the river. Is that the way I understood you to say at the last meeting?
Right, yes.
That's how they are,
That's my understanding, and I reached
Acting.
out to sort of the network of directors across the state, and a number of other jurisdictions do this, and they do a very similar process.
Can we add a time certain on that without a problem during this meeting?
I don't see why not.
that to me is the only sticky wicket here.
I'm gonna throw out 5 business days just because we don't
Pardon?
know what their workload's gonna be.
Well, there's a couple of ways I think you could do that, is either just put work at 3 business days or something, whatever, or as Eric suggested, or you could add, that the 21 days, it goes into effect 21 days after the notice is given to fiscal court.
We cannot make that change. Based on my conversations with the county attorney, that is directly from KRS 100,
Yeah.
and this is an alternate means to the standard means for a zone change. So it's an either-or situation. We kind of have to take it or leave it as it's written in the statute. So that 21-day clock starts ticking when the planning commission takes action.
I've had a few questions. People are a little confused. But basically, what this does is it streamlines the process for a lot of things that aren't sticky
Yes.
or controversial. It speeds that process up, but it also leaves the safeguards in place.
Yes.
That if there is something that people aren't agreeing with, or there's some outcry about, we can still address it the way we always
Absolutely.
have, and nothing goes through without a proper hearing.
Right.
And yet again, the court continues to see the information, so the court is not, the elected body sees it,
Correct.
not an appointed body,
Yep.
continues to see it, so that step is not removed.
Correct.
I think we're just trying to be very
Yes.
clear
No,
about that,
absolutely.
because
Yeah.
we hear a lot about appointed bodies taking on responsibilities that should be ceded to elected bodies.
Sure.
So,
And to Squire Blackburn's point too, I mean, any of us in this room have the authority too. You know, if you get calls from your constituents or any one person, and that person doesn't have the time to do it, you can just send an email.
Yeah. All it takes is
Yeah.
one person sending me an email, and
That's
it goes back to
exactly
the
right.
old process.
Yeah, it stops right there. Squire Witzman.
Autumn, can you explain a little bit about our timelines for this kind of thing, how it will function in reality? Because I'm still very concerned about making sure we don't tread on the public's voice in any way from bringing things to us.
Sure.
So I want to be very overt. 21 days after the commission takes a final action, which is a vote to approve a zone map amendment, it becomes law. Unless we take it up or someone files with you within that 21 days. How much time then does that give this court to take up the item?
It
Do we need
reverts
to
back
include that?
to the standard process, which is 90 days
90 days.
from the planning commission's action.
So what will be the mechanism for, it's not specified in here, for that action if someone files a grievance for that to be brought before this body? Will it be on the immediate next agenda? How, I don't want,
Right, I think that would be our
A
process,
delay.
that it would be the immediate next agenda. As soon as we receive that notice of a grievance or a notice from you all that you wanted it to go through the standard process, it would go on your agenda for first reading like we always do.
I had 3 things, and I have an additional one from what I talked to you earlier about that I just saw and was thinking about. In item C, it says, following the commission's public hearing on the zone map amendment, not final action. Should the public hearing may be a singular event, may be multiple, as they've happened in the past on controversial issues, until the planning commission takes a final action? Should it be a public hearing and/or a final action, or a final vote on should that be worded in another way rather than just a public hearing that you'll forward
I
the
don't
action?
think it has to be changed, because a public
Okay.
hearing where they did not take any action would therefore have no action to become law after the 21 days. So I think it would.
Just wanted to
Yeah.
flesh everything out. And then I asked you about these other 2, but number 1, under C, it says any aggrieved person shall indicate the reasons that they are aggrieved. I sort of think that the first aggrieved is redundant. It's saying sort of categorically that a person is aggrieved when they're stating that they have been aggrieved. It somewhat cancels each other out, I think. So I think the first aggrieved shouldn't be there. Any person can file a written request stating that they are aggrieved, if that makes sense.
if that's the court's
I'd
will.
like to
then
remove the
that's-
first aggrieved word because they are stating they are, it just seems like there could be a legal holdup there that someone needed to prove that they were aggrieved or could be used in that manner in the future, so.
I'm gonna consult the county attorney, because he's one
I
of
don't
the.
have chapter 100 sitting in front of me to know if aggrieved person is a specific definition in the statute. If you'll give me a second, I can take that and look at that.
I'll go ahead and ask her this other one.
Yeah,
then,
That's
if you-
probably.
Perfect.
And in number 2, I asked you about this earlier. It says that the fiscal court, including any individual member of the court, files a notice with the commission that the fiscal court shall decide the map amendment. The commission word was specifically what I was asking you about earlier.
Yes.
Who is that commission? Is that the planning commission?
Yes, that is
president of
referring
the planning commission?
to the
or is-
planning commission, and we as the planning department would take that
So
written
that would,
notice
as the
on behalf of the
representative, it
commission,
would not
yes.
be an email to the entire planning commission and the
Correct.
staff. It would be the city's representative in their issue and you as the county's representative in
Correct.
that situation.
Yes,
And/or whoever is filling in for the planning director's position.
yes.
Does that need to be fleshed out anymore to clarify that, or just by order of operation, that's how we do things? That'll be sufficient?
I would defer to the county attorney.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
The C2, under the same section we're looking at, says files a notice with the commission, and I'm just stating who is the commission? Should we specify anything more than it's stating that as the planning director of our department suffices for filing your grievance, rather than the chair of the planning commission or otherwise? Or it could be any or. I just want to be very clear that we don't ever have a situation 20 years down the road that someone says, well, I filed, my grievance with the chairman of the planning commission and didn't file it with the planning director. What is that process? Or should we add something in this language, or is that just by order of operation of how we do things that it's defined?
The language in KRS 100.2111 says the appropriate legislative body or fiscal court files a notice with the planning commission that the legislative body or fiscal court shall decide the map amendment. So we've tweaked that a little bit here to indicate that would include any individual member. And they do have the word planning in front of commission in the statute, so I don't know if that clarifies it or not, but that's pretty,
Statute.
yeah.
The way the 2111 reads, if you don't go under the other statute, this is the alternative. It's not
Yeah.
this or some other mechanism that you create. So I wouldn't go tinkering too much with that language in that statute. Is you don't want to be seen as, well, no, you either had this choice or you had this choice. It's not whatever choice that you want to make after that. So I would probably leave the language as it is.
So it says planning under, in addition, the word planning commission instead
Yes.
of commission that we have. I'm just asking verifiably in future when this comes up, is that the chairman or the entire planning commission or our representative as the planning director? Who is that you have to file that grievance with, or any of this body files that grievance with?
I think there are a number of instances throughout the zoning code where the commission is referenced, and it is something that is delegated to the director or staff, and that's not always spelled out specifically. It's done administratively. So to me, this is very similar to that, but if it needs to be clarified further, I'm happy to do that.
I'm just wanting to put it in the recording so everybody can reference it,
Yeah,
10 years from now,
understandable.
that was the original intent, and that's how we're intended to operate, so.
Okay. All right, Squire Sebastian.
Thank you, Judge. In item C2, the word entire has been placed in front of the fiscal court. It takes a majority of the entire fiscal court to override the recommendation of the commission. So let's say that there's a property and my husband's excavating company is working on that. I would have to recuse myself. Let's assume Squire Blackburn was working on some framing for that. He would have to recuse himself. That leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say the vote was split 3-2. That is not a majority of the court. So then the planning commission's decision would stand because of
Order of law.
Yes.
exactly. So I'm just trying to make sure that we're real clear on what entire means here, that all of us understand that potentially there are things that happen in everyday life that make people recuse themselves from
That's happened before.
Yes,
I'm
that,
just making sure everybody understands it.
yes.
That's
And
all.
it hasn't changed. It's the same thing that's always been.
Just making sure
Yeah.
everybody
Well, that's
understands.
defined by state law, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
The entire legislative body or fiscal court is straight out of the statute and is the same for either the standard zone change process or the zone change process.
Same with the ordinance.
Making sure everybody
Yep.
just doesn't lose sight of it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Would it be a problem to add, at the end of, under work, the planning department shall forward amendment summary to fiscal court within 3 business days? To add the 3 business days at the end of that?
I don't think I have a problem with that.
Well, that would mandate we got it in time to take action.
Sure.
Because you could put it off till the last week.
Sure.
I mean, maybe, this would make sure we got that in time to decide if we were okay with it or not.
Sure.
Which we probably would be, because I understand the purpose of this. There's a lot of things go through the process. It takes forever, and it just, nobody cares.
If you haven't heard about it in 21 days, you're probably not, from someone other than me, you're probably not going to, but
Autumn, is 3 business days enough? I mean, you all get a heavy workload some weeks and stuff. Would the court be opposed to maybe 5, just in case? I mean, I don't want to cut you all close.
Well, that's
Say it's
fine,
spring,
do 5, but
everybody's
no,
working
I wouldn't want to
building.
go more than 5 business
No,
days.
no, that's fine.
Yeah, I think-
I'm just,
I think
I don't
either-
want to, I don't
either
want you
way.
all to be too tight,
sure.
Well, because this talks about, it says 21 days, and it doesn't say
Yeah.
anything about business days. That's 21 days.
Okay, Autumn, so can you go ahead and tell the court exactly what you're going to put and where?
So the planning department shall forward a summary of the planning commission's action to the Franklin County Fiscal Court within 3 business days.
Let's go 5, please.
5, within 5.
You could say 5
business
days, not 5 business days, 5 business days could run into 7 or 8 days.
Typically, the planning commission meets on Thursdays, so 3 business days and 5 days would generally be the same, roughly.
Roughly, if it's always been on Thursday, you're correct.
But they don't work Saturday
But
and
they
Sundays.
could potentially change the
I'm
date
not
at some
gonna,
point or
I'm not
something
gonna
too,
argue
so.
that fact, either
Yeah,
one's fine with me,
I think
as long as it's time
that's up to
served.
the,
All right,
The court.
so which,
Go ahead, Squire.
I apologize.
Yeah, you're fine, thank you.
Which section are we gonna add that to? I just wanna make sure I'm putting it in
C.
right.
C,
It's C, right?
yep, C, at the end of the blue sentence, within 5 business days.
Actually, and I'm not gonna belabor anything, because it's
And the
wasted
discussion
time.
is
But as you
5,
pointed out, they
that
said,
business days?
up here, it
Is that
uses the
what
word.
this
That's what I was.
Down here, it says commission.
I can be for that
They
because
probably
I
already
think
use
we all
planning
know
department
Yeah.
there.
if it comes at a time when somebody's at a conference and somebody's ill.
Right.
But I
that
don't
one
wanna go
person
down
will
the
show,
road. It
and
means the same, I
unfortunately,
guess.
we've all
Yeah.
had
Yep.
occurrences like that in our office.
Yes.
Exactly right.
So we'd rather be where we could.
All righty, any other questions, concerns, Squire Wisman?
Judge, just because I want it all in the, sort of in the record, it's not in our minutes, but it's in the video recording for the future. Autumn, what will be the mechanism for forwarding that to us? I just want to make sure that ideally it's going to be an electronic email to
Yes.
everyone. I don't want it, I'm cautious that this system could be abused in the future by folks that, want something to pass, that have a majority that want something to pass, and I'm just being cautious of that. So just you will intend, we don't have to put it in, but by electronic email or other mechanism
Yeah.
that a member of the court asks you to communicate with them. We have a mailbox. I don't want something to be put in our mailbox and sit there for 3 weeks before I get it, that kind of thing.
Sure, my intention would be that we would have a sort of standard document that we would use to fill in the summary, and that would be emailed to the full court, barring a member of the court requesting a different delivery mechanism.
Thank you.
All right, anything else for Autumn on this agenda item? Autumn, I appreciate you working on this.
Yeah.
I know it's been a lot, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next I believe Amy. And Amy, I apologize. I thought for some reason, since there was a financial audit, that you were going to speak on it, so that was my fault, so.
No problem.
Yeah.
So this agenda item is in regards to the interest that we've earned on our bond. Just a brief summary, we took out a $10 million bond back in July of '23, and it's been earning interest. Interest on a tax-exempt bond is limited. So the court authorized Amtech to run a report to determine how much would be owed. So we've used all the proceeds of that bond. So Amtech did their final calculation, and they're showing that a rebate liability of $161,814.73 exists. If you'll remember, we went ahead and moved money, earmarked it for this. We moved over $183,000. So this authorization is for us to pay that rebate liability, and for Judge to sign all the paperwork for that, as well as the difference there, applying that to the bond.
Does anybody have any questions for Amy on this? I hate that we have to do this, by the way.
We didn't make a million on it.
I know, just throwing it out there. All righty, next.
For the treasurer's report, you have the summary of the 7 months ending January 31st. Receipts are at $26.3 million, expenditures $29.6. Adding in the fund balance of June 30th of '25 of $29 million, it brings us to a balance of $26.3 million.
Any questions on this treasury report? All righty, next.
And my final agenda item is a budget transfer for planning and zoning, as well as human resources. And I have the detail enclosed in your packet.
Any questions for Amy on this agenda item? Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. All right, next, for our clerk, Kim, payment of claims. Anybody have any questions on payment of claims today? Everybody good? I see heads shaking. All right, what about other business? We have any other business tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right, Squire Ham.
As Squire Sebastian and Squire Harry and myself, we had our schedules allowed us to attend the legislative day at the General Assembly yesterday, and we met with our representatives and senator that represent this county, and talked about the $25 million, or 14, I believe, for the pool, and 9 or so for the wellness center. I don't may have it confused, but it's 25 million altogether. There's 11, wait a minute, I guess 14 million anyway. 11 million of that was going to the convention center, the city project, and the others come here. They were very positive about that. Of course, they can't sign that, that's a long time till the thing's over with, but they were encouraging. We also mentioned about the Farmdale Water Sewer District money, and that is in a different pot, and our lobbyist, we ran into him, and he was very encouraging about that too, but that's in a different place, and he thought that had a real good shot, but, you know, none of us are final word, and that's just some of the things that we're talking about. We had a very good meeting with those representatives and got a lot of information, and one of us will be glad to answer any questions y'all have, but I think they have some other things they're more familiar with than probably me.
All right.
I asked about the Taylor Avenue closure and where we were at, and again, we got, this goes to the city and that goes to the state. They were going to look into, if it was a state's responsibility, getting another access on top of Butterman's Hill to Signal Ridge, and we sort of informed them there's properties that had to be bought and things to be done to do that. But they were interested in that rather because they're not thinking it's ever going to open again unless they turn it into a one-lane road, post signs, enter at your own risk. But that wasn't the ideal plan. The other thing I tried to do was get 127 north from Home Street to the top of Cedar Cove Hill on the 6-year plan, and we got some pretty confident answers that will be looked into.
Okay.
So, as you know, if you travel that road, that right lane is horrible, and is in dire need of repair. So that was one of my big things. It's how I drive it every day.
Yeah.
And the people of the 4th District. So if we could at least get it on a 6-year plan and know there's a plan for it rather than just letting it decay, I think it's a positive move.
Okay, good, thank you. Squire Sebastian?
And
Yep.
I brought up several things. Additional funds for Farmdale sanitation. We are between 6 to 8 million to complete the entire project, so the discussion was there on that. I've been working with the Kentucky River Authority, and I've made the congressional delegation aware of that, about asking for dredging of the Kentucky River. There was also a discussion on my part by asking questions as to why Dick's Dam has been allowed to retain above pool levels, and why that's consistently so. So they were all wanted to jump on that.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about additional funds. We asked questions in regard to additional funds being available for broadband and how that may impact our and underserved. And if the funds would come to us, if we could make some internal decisions that were different than the guidelines that the federal government gave us in that regard. I asked if there were additional funds at the state level for opioid settlement that were going to come to our county, because we are fortunate enough to have a pot, but we are utilizing those and putting those into the hands of people who can benefit from that. And if there are funds out there, we want to continue to do that as long as we can access those funds. So we asked that question, and we also asked the question about the 13th check for retirees. So there were a number of things. We were so fortunate to get quite a bit of time actually and access. Where in the past, there were so many meetings and so many moving pieces and parts, we just didn't have the luxury of time. We were given quite a bit of time, and that was a really good thing. We again talked to our lobbyists and got some input and awareness, and talked about these things with them. So we are keenly on the same page of things that we talk about here at the court, and we were just in the place where we could talk about those things on behalf of the body.
Perfect, thank you all.
And I would like to say our dealings with the lobbyists, where they can work on both sides and deal with both sides rather than one with the D and one with the R, it helps a whole lot. So I think that's one of the best things we've done.
Yeah.
Is hire them. So.
Good deal.
Go
ahead,
I have one other thing, Judge. So just want to go ahead and make sure we get on everybody's calendar. The 6th annual Easter at Lakeview. Again, this is the 6th annual Easter at Lakeview that the county has put on now for 6 years. Can't say 6 enough. It will be on
there it
Saturday.
Is. It's up there. It's on the screen.
Thank you, Mr. Tippett. And this is the 6th year that we've done this. Have I said that enough yet? It's going to step off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, as we typically do. We have been so fortunate to have collaborative partners come to us and talk about what they would like to contribute to this effort, and their ability to also provide free family-oriented and family-centered activities in our community. And the good thing is we've got the Sheriff's Office again continuing to support us. Traditional Bank has come in as a sponsor. We're going to have Yes Arts work with us in regard to our sensory area, and that has been a wonderful thing, opening this event and others that the county has been involved in, to all families who in the past sometimes had hesitancy about coming to activities like this, where they didn't feel that their entire family could participate. So we've been a big champion in that regard. Again, we're going to have a mounted police unit, which is fantastic for the Sheriff's Office to continue to contribute that. The library is getting involved as they have an obstacle course that they run. The Health Department's going to be there with some things. I'm going to, again, talk to Squire Blackburn, because he's always been wonderful about getting Franklin County High School students there to do face painting for kids. And I got a couple of surprises up my sleeve, so I am hopefully finishing and finalizing that, which will be really, really nice. So just can't thank the partners enough. And Thornhill has reached out. They want to be involved, and they're looking at ways that they can continue to be, or start their involvement with this. And of course, Stewart Homeschool is always ecstatic with this, and they've already reached out to me and told me that they're going to have a busload of folks come and participate. So this is a wonderful event. The fire department's going to be there, and they're going to have multiple vehicles on hand. And the good thing is that they're going to use their sirens, and we've got some good things figured out with that. And they always have great, wonderful giveaways, fire hats and bobblehead ink pens and things that the kids really love. Plus, the main thing is they get to crawl through the fire truck. And, you know, and they crawl through some of the sheriff vehicles, and they're petting the horse. So, I mean, they're doing so many things that are sensory in ways that they don't have the ability to do outside of events like this. So it's a nice thing that we're able to continue to do for our community. So thanks everyone here for helping with what you do with that.
Squire, thanks for working on that so hard. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Squire Dykes.
I just wanted to make sure that I thank Thornhill Learning Center for hosting Recovery Day yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. There were so many people there. I couldn't even believe it. I was so excited. Y'all know me. I get all teary. But I wanted to thank Kelly Anderson, who, by the way, I think broke her ankle yesterday morning and then went through the day. It was a little crazy, but she did a great job. They all did a great job. So I want to thank them for doing that for us.
Good deal. Thank you, Squire. All right, we ready to go vote?
Can we go back for 1 second?
I'm sorry?
Can we go back for 1 second?
Sure.
Eric, you asked me about an aggrieved person. I think it's a term of art that's more fleshed out in KRS 100-347 of what would constitute an aggrieved person, where it talks about any person or entity claiming to be injured or aggrieved by any final action of, in this case would be the planning commission, and that owns real property within the same zone where that property that is the subject of the final action is located. So I think it's a term of art that is used throughout these statutes, so I would be hesitant to remove, an aggrieved person who is aggrieved. I think it's a term of art that is used in the statutes. Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you for clarifying that. All righty, we're going to head to our voting session. Clerk, please call roll.
Squire Sebastian. Here. Squire Blackburn.
President.
Squire Dykes. Here. Squire Harrod.
Here.
Squire Tanner.
Here.
Squire Wisman.
Present.
Judge Mueller.
Present. Thank you, Clerk. Authorization for approval of minutes from the regular meeting of January 20, 2026 as amended.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve a memorandum of understanding between Thornhill Education Center and Franklin County Regional Jail to provide adult education services.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to award a bid to Metric Environmental LLC, the lowest bidder for environmental database reviews for Franklin County Natural Resource Conservation Services, NRCS, Emergency Watershed Protection, EWP, Home Buyout Program.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to award a bid to Studler and Associates, Inc., the sole bidder for appraisal services for Franklin County Natural Resource Conservation Services, NRCS, Emergency Watershed Protection, EWP, Home Buyout Program, contingent upon a submission of proof of SAM.gov compliance within 15 days, or the county judge has the authority to extend the deadline if requested.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve a resolution in support of entering into a professional services contract with the Bluegrass Ad Development District for the administration of the Community Development Block Grant for the Farmdale Sanitation Interceptor Sewer Project.
So moved.
Second.
Judge, I think that's the one you need to extend the deadline instead of the last one.
No,
Was it, am I
No,
wrong?
it was the first one.
Okay, sorry.
it was five where they run the.
Yeah.
rates and,
Okay.
Because of the SAM.gov, remember, Squire?
I wrote it down wrong. Which one?
Okay, that's okay. It's all good. All right, sorry, did I have a first and a second?
Yes.
Okay, Clerk, you got those?
Yes.
All righty. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve a resolution in support of entering into a professional services contract with the Bluegrass Area Development District for the administration of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Congressional Direct State and Tribal Assistance Grant for the Farmdale Sanitation Interceptor Sewer Project.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passed. I got tongue twisted on that one. Authorization to apply to use the remaining assistance to firefighter grant funds to purchase a gear, washer, extractor, and dryer for the Franklin County Fire Department.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to receive the Farmville Sanitation District audited financial statements for the years ending June 30th, 2025 and 2024.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Second reading and approval of an ordinance amending the Franklin County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 155, Sections 155.071, Zoning Maps Atlas Amendments, and Section 155.072, Zoning Map Amendments. Commission recommendation as amended.
So moved.
As amended by adding the 5 days?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve a resolution authorizing the county judge executive to execute the payment of the arbitrage rebate.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes.
Begrudgingly.
Authorization to receive treasurer's report.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve budget transfers for fiscal year 2025-2026.
So moved.
Second.
Did you get that, clerk?
Yes.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Payment of claims. Is there a motion to deny any claim? No motion was made. Let the record reflect claims are to be paid. Authorization to adjourn.
So moved.
Wow, you all want to stay?
No.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. We're adjourned. Thank you, court.